For yielding, Mr. Chairman. All I can say, Mr. Speaker, is that it's about time that we got this job done. 3.5 months to respond to our troops and to their families is too long. Frankly, I think if we'd have been interested in getting this job done, most of us could have taken out a yellow legal pad and written 30 or 60 or maybe even as much as 90 days ago what the House would finally vote on that would solve this impasse in supporting our troops. While we've let this process drag on, the military's had to cancel non-critical contracts, defer home station unit training activities, defer any non-absolutely critical orders for spare parts, defer maintenance, put off summer programs that affected spouses and families while military personnel were assigned to Iraq, and that's unfortunate. What is fortunate is that we've come up with a bill that funds the needs of the troops and sets benchmarks for the Iraqis. House Republicans have been saying since January this bill needs to include benchmarks for the Iraqis. I've been saying almost since that time those benchmarks need to have consequences. We've done that in this bill, and that's a good thing. We're requiring the Iraqis to step up and do their part of the job. Equitable distribution of oil resources is something that needs to happen if this country is going to achieve stability. Establishing a high electoral commission and establishing a deadline for regional elections is something that we've been talking about since January, that tonight we're going to say the Iraqis have to do, or there are consequences. Militia disarmament is important here, as it's also important as you deal with the military not to undermine the military or change military leadership if they're doing the job that needs to be done in ending sectarian violence. Protecting minority political parties in Iraq is something that we're going to be monitoring. The Iraqis have to come up with the brigades that they need to be part of the operation that General Petraeus is leading. The President has to certify these items. All these are things that many in this House have been talking about for most of the 109 days this debate has been dragging on. It's time to bring this debate to an end. It's time to support the troops. It's time to support their families and do the job that the Congress needs to do rather than trying to figure out the job that the commanders in the field need to do. They need to do what's necessary to be successful. This is a step in giving them the tools to do that and giving the Iraqi government the incentive to be who they're supposed to be.
Gentleman from Wisconsin.
I yield back.
Gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.